listening to the pregame warm-up on the Phoenix Rising Radio Network.
A first trip of 2025 up to Las Vegas, Nevada for Phoenix Rising as this 2025 USL Championship campaign rolls along. The season-long tradition of a game in Sin City for Phoenix Rising, who find themselves climbing up the table, 7th in the Western Conference. They face a new look, newly rebranded once again, Las Vegas Lightside, here tonight on Rising Radio. You're listening to the Rising Radio pregame warm-up show. Ryan Sikora, Reese Goodall, Sammy O'Brien with us here tonight, live on location from Cashman Field in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada, this desert oasis, the site for Phoenix Rising. Reese, searching for a chance to win 3 straight games in the regular season for the first time since 2023. It's been a long time for Phoenix Rising.
It really has. I mean, this is the 4th head coach Rising has had in this span. Pamadou Ka, there was Diego Gomez at the end of last year, Danny Stone to begin 2024, and then, of course, Juan Guerra at the tail end of 2023 when they had that 3-game winning streak. But that was a very good streak for Rising. I mean, games against New Mexico, Oakland, part of that victory, or about part of that winning streak, rather. And again, this New Mexico game to kick off this streak was one that no one really expected. And now they got another good opportunity to really just take that step forward here tonight in Vegas.
Reese, it was those 3 wins that came from 8/26/2023 all the way to September 2nd, 2023. They won, of course, 3 games and more in the playoffs in a row, but we don't count that. We're talking just regular season stuff. Rising did not do it once at all in 2024. They're coming off of back-to-back wins against New Mexico United and Monterey Bay, who that was their first home game, Phoenix, in 230-plus days. There's real momentum within this squad as they come to Sin City tonight.
There is, and it's been all over the pitch, especially though the defense has really taken significant strides forward from what we've seen earlier in the season. Earlier in the season, this team was very clumsy on the back line, not much communication, which led to teams taking advantage and scoring simple, easy goals, which Rising shouldn't have given up. Against New Mexico, it was one of Rising's best defensive performances we've seen in a while, and it came right off the backs of an Open Cup performance against Houston where, yes, they conceded 4, but it was still a very good defensive performance through the opening 90 minutes. Against Monterey Bay, they didn't have much to do defensively, but against a bad Vegas team tonight, on the attacking side, it could be a good opportunity to continue that defensive prowess.
You mentioned that U.S. Open Cup loss to Houston Dynamo. It fell 4-1 in defeat on a midweek at home. It was 1-1 with MLS opposition, and no slouch of a side as well either, up until the 100th minute. And then Rising against New Mexico, as you put it, had just 30% of the ball, sat in, defended as a unit, defended well, and then kept their first clean sheet in 15 games in the 2-0 win at home against Monterey. You have to go all the way back to the Oakland Roots win in October of last year to find that. That was a 2-0 win last time out. So as the defensive improvements have come along, Phoenix has found ways, but it's been mostly through the additions of Axel Asenge at the back and the insertion of J.P. Skiers into the defensive midfield role, who has played every minute for Phoenix the last couple of weeks.
And Asenge really, you've mentioned how he inserted himself. When Pamadou Ka, or not Pamadou Ka, Pop Marboy went down, there's a bit of worry about how this back line was going to look without their captain, without their leader. Axel Asenge has really done a good job coming and making the jump from Nextbro, and he really looks like a just great spot in USL Championship. And J.P. Skiers, we